Hi, my name is Holly Brumbach. I think the purpose of this video is to reflect upon the dispositions that we have learned about, learn how to apply them in our lives, and fine-tune the ones that we need to work on. The dispositions that I possess are compassion, respect for the diversity of others, and advocacy. In my daily life as a para educator, I think I naturally possess a lot of empathy and compassion, especially for those individuals with unique learning needs. I often find myself going out of my way to establish rapport with those individuals, whether that be asking them how their weekend was or playing tic-tac-toe on the pavement with them at recess. Just finding those little ways to establish rapport and trust with them, because as a para educator, I am often in a one-on-one learning environment with them. So establishing that trust and rapport goes a long ways in helping them learn. The next disposition that I possess is respect for the diversity of others. Having lived in another country and having had to adapt to a new language and a new culture, I can really respect and understand how difficult that transition can be. The last disposition that I possess is advocacy. So having worked with children with autism at the Center for Autism and Related Disorders, I can really identify and understand when there's those times when you may need to advocate for a student, whether that be in the form of an IEP or a behavioral intervention plan or some sort of reinforcement to really hone in on that student's motivation for learning. The dispositions that I need to work on are reflection and high expectations. Reflection includes using feedback to change ineffective processes. So I tend to be a little bit more of a sensitive individual, so sometimes taking feedback can be a little bit difficult for me. So I would like to be better about that and be able to take feedback so that I can strategically grow and not take it so personally. With the disposition of high expectations, I think that will be a little bit challenging in itself, especially trying to find that line of trying to deliver work for students that isn't too easy, isn't too challenging, but is just challenging enough so that they are growing and learning. Qualities I think professional educators should possess and demonstrate are honesty and compassion. I think educators should demonstrate honesty and transparency because I think there should be transparency in classroom expectations and what consequences follow negative or inappropriate behavior. Also, just transparency in, when you've made a mistake, because students need to be able to see that you can own up to your responsibilities and be a good role model in that sense. Another quality that I think professional educators should demonstrate is compassion, because I really don't think that students care about what you know until they see how much you care about them as individuals. Those are my dispositions.